What's going on, everybody? It's Jacob coming at you guys with a late video just before the NBA games start tonight to maybe help you guys find some late night plays that you might be able to put in if you're seeing this. Sorry I wasn't able to get this video out early. I was dealing with some personal issues. Um, but anyway, let's hop right into the games tonight. First game, we got a lot of games on tonight, so I want to run through the plays that I put in really fast. Um, we got the Detroit Pistons playing the Toronto Raptors. Pistons are now confirmed they do not have Cade Cunningham tonight, which is a huge loss for them. Um, which is why they're laying 5 or 5.5 points. You would never think the Pistons would be laying that much against the Raptors, but because Cade's out, I got Jaden Ivey here. I got him going over his points plus assist prop. Um, in this last game without Cade, he had a 35% usage rate, which that jumped from 23% to it jumps all the way to 34% when Cade's out. Toronto allows also the fourth most assists and the third most points to guards this season, and Toronto ranks 20th in defending isolation, where he scores 20% of his points. We can see that they rank kind of like basically bottom of the league, where he scores a lot of his points. So I can expect them to also put up a lot of points tonight, as well as get some assists. And I also really like Jalen Duren in this matchup, and I actually played his points plus rebounds at 21.5 here. We can see that he scores 90% of his baskets down low. We can see that similar players versus the Raptors, they've all gone over their point total versus the Raptors. He's over this in 25 of 29 games of home games when he plays at least 24 minutes. His problem is that he always be getting into foul trouble. That's his biggest issue here. On the Raptors side, I played RJ Barrett. I played him over 4.5 assists. I played it at -118. I don't see it anymore up at that value. Oh, you can get a -110 on ESPN Bet. I just think that in Emmanuel Quickly's absence, his assist, he becomes much more of a primary ball handler for the Raptors, and his assist prop is just far too low in my opinion. We can see that he got 7 assists last time he played the Pistons. I also played Jakob Poeltl. This dude's been a wagon. Played him over points plus rebounds. We can see that they ranked 27th in defending the pick and roll man, where he scores 30% of his points. Last time he played them, dropped 25 points, and of combined, he got 18 rebounds. So I think that's a good prop there. Moving over to the Orlando Charlotte game, personally, I think it's a very tough matchup for the Hornets here, and they're obviously very, very banged up on the injury report. Just to tell you the props I like, you have to like LaMelo at least going for 30 points tonight. He's basically usage king. With the entire injuries, he is their entire offense. He's going out there and just hauling shots. He's coming off a 50-point performance. Yes, it is a tough matchup, but he also, luckily, Orlando ranks bottom third of the league in defending the pick and roll ball handler, where he does score 33% of his points. So he should have a little more success here. I got Brandon Miller. I got him under 24.5 points. So that closing line value is very good. It's all the way down to 21.5, and it's for a good reason. You can see that Brandon Miller scores 63% of his points from above the break three, and he loves shooting the spot up. Well, unfortunately for him, the Magic, they ranked third in defending spot up shooters, and they ranked number 1 in defending above the break threes. And last time he played them, he had 8 points. You can see that similar players go under their point prop by an average of 7 points. So he's got a really tough matchup tonight. I'd be really surprised if he gets 25 points. And I got Franz Wagner here, and I got him going for 27.5 points. I mean, once again, ever since Paolo Banchero has been injured, you can see that this dude, he's been on a tear. Last time he played them, he dropped 32 points. You can see similar players are going over by an average of 6 points, because the Charlotte Hornets, they're terrible at defending down low, and he scores 41% of his points down low. And basically in all his play types, they're just a soft defense. I can really see him going for a decent amount of points tonight. Moving over to the Hospital Squad Pelicans versus the Indiana Pacers. Just looking at the Pelicans defense, you can see that they're terrible at defending down low. So you can see I have Siakam going for 20 points tonight. I took him at minus 135 for 19.5. We can see that this is Mr. Consistency. Like, he's basically in his last 5 games, he's averaging 23 points per game, and he scores 21% of his points in transition, where obviously the Pelicans are terrible at defending this line. I also have Tyrese Halliburton to go over 9.5 assists. I got it at plus money, but we can see assist props have been very, very, very good versus the Pelicans, because they allow the 5th most assists in the NBA to point guards, and they're terrible, like I said, at defending down low. So Tyrese should be able to find Miles Turner and Siakam and even Benedict Mathurin to get some quick assists down low. And on the other side, this is solely based on usage. I took Brandon Ingram over 21.5 points, because a big strategy versus the Pacers is you just want to back high usage guards, high usage players, and you can see that overall they're pretty much like they let up a lot of points per game, the Pacers do. And last time Ingram played him, he had 26 points, so I think Ingram should carry a bulk of the load for the Pelicans. And even with CJ McCollum back, in that game, CJ McCollum was there. So those are props I like in that game. This is probably the game of the night here. We got the Boston Celtics playing the Clippers. Clippers off a true back-to-back, coming traveling. So are the Celtics, but the Celtics didn't have to travel. They were at home. And now they have Kristaps Porzingis back. He will be in limited minutes, but having Porzingis out there will definitely help deal with Ivica Zubac. I have James Harden going under his assist prop at 8.5. I got it under. You can see the Celtics rank in the top 10 in the league in limiting point guard assists. So I think it is a good lean to take Harden under his 8.5 assists. I do like him to actually score a little more tonight. People are nuking his point prop under because, he really hasn't consistently been hitting it on the year. You can see that he's only averaging like 20.6 points over his last 19 games. But the Celtics are terrible at defending isolation. And what does Harden love to do? He loves to score in isolation. So I would not be taking Harden under his point prop tonight. I really love Zubac here. I love everything about Zubac in this matchup. I personally am playing his rebounds at 10.5. Yeah, 10.5. I got it at earlier. I mean, look at this. Gobert just had 20 rebounds. Allen, 11 rebounds. Jakob Poeltl, 12 rebounds. I mean, look at his look at him on the season. He's averaging 12.7 rebounds in 17 games. And if we filter it out with Props Madness here, we go back to the last 6 games. He's averaging 13 rebounds. Like, I think it's going to be pretty easy for him, especially with Porzingis on limited minutes and the Celtics lacking a true center to stop Zubac from grabbing some rebounds in this matchup. Moving on to the next game. We got the Mavericks off a back-to-back. They're playing the Atlanta Hawks. Very high total in this game. And my favorite props in this game, if Kyrie plays, apparently Kyrie's limited at shoot-around. But I really like Kyrie. I like Klay and Kyrie here in scoring. Klay's been inconsistent, so I stuck with Kyrie here. Because Kyrie's actually performed very well for back-to-back this year. You can see that 35 points, 27 points, 23 points. He scores 32% of his points from beyond the arc and 22% in the pick-and-roll ball handler. Well, they rank the worst in the league at defending the pick-and-roll ball handler and the worst in the league at defending above the break threes. We can see that Poole dropped 26, 24 points, 22 points. And I think Kyrie's a little better than Jordan Poole, personally. I also like his assist prop at 6.5. I only didn't play because he kind of usually ends like right around 6. So I stayed away from that, but another play that I like on this side, I played Derek Lively, and I played his rebounds at 7.5. We can see that the Hawks allow the 23rd most rebounds. Centers have been performing very well. You can see that Nick Richards, 13 rebounds. Vucevic, 13 rebounds. Klingon, 8 rebounds. Lively last night just had 13 rebounds, so I don't see how he can't get 7.5. I think he might be questioned. They might have taken his props down because there's a lot of injury news right now before the game going on with the Mavericks. But on the Hawks side, I love me some Jalen Johnson. This dude him and McCain, they've been playing, these young bucks have been playing out of their mind. I'm personally playing his points plus rebound prop. I think I played it at 27.5 here. But I also like I like everything. Points per rebound. I mean, look at this. In the last 13 games, he's averaging 32.1 points plus rebounds. He's now going up against the Mavericks, who allow the 23rd most points to spot-up shooters and the 22nd most rebounds. So he also scores 13% of his points from the free throw line, where they rank 22nd. So I really like him in this matchup. Moving on to Portland, Memphis, we got Ja Morant finally back in the lineup. And now that I'm actually here, you guys might see me get another prop that I actually like, because these props weren't out until just about now. But the Portland Trailblazers are terrible at defending centers, so I might be looking at some Jaren Jackson props here. I might be looking at some points or points plus rebounds prop. I might be looking at his points plus rebounds prop. I mean, look at this. 24.5 over his last 9 games. He's averaging 31.2. Maybe games with Ja Morant we can look at. It's still like hit or miss, but Ja Morant might be on a minutes restriction because he's back. You can see that they only have his point props at 18.5 points, which is lower than it was at the start of the season. So I still might be looking towards some Jaren Jackson Jr. props here. In terms of the Portland Trailblazers side, I do have a play. Apparently he's sick, so he's questionable. But I got Jeremy Grant at 14.5 points. We can see the last time he faced them, he went off for 20 points. He loves scoring spot. He's a spot-up shooter who loves scoring above the break threes. Well, they rank 22nd. He scores 35% of his points from spot-up. They rank 22nd. 18% of his points in transition. They rank 26th. And they're the second worst team in the NBA at defending above the break threes. So he should have a good he should have a good time tonight. If he should be able to hit a couple threes too. I think his 3-point prop was like 1.5, massively juiced to the over. So you can get it at 2.5 for plus money. It might be a good play. This is probably the second game of the night. We got Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets going up against the New York Knicks. I know Karl Anthony Towns is questionable, but so that leaves a lot looming in the air in terms of player props that I like. But personally, I got Nikola Jokic here. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns is the worst defensive center in the NBA. I think he's allowing like 90% conversion rate at the basket, and Nikola Jokic stats don't stats don't really care about Nikola Jokic. 27.5 points. I can see him going for 30 tonight. I also like him passing the ball. I did not play his assist prop, but I liked it. You can probably take him for 10 assists. I wouldn't be surprised if honestly he gets 10 assists. But personally, I played him under 12.5 rebounds. We can see that the Knicks allow the least rebounds in the entire NBA, and that's because Karl Anthony Towns, the centers have to stretch the floor, and they have to go out and guard him at the three-point line. So they don't find easy defensive rebounds under the basket. Another play I like, I got Christian Braun at 13.5 points. I mean, look at this guy. He has a tougher matchup tonight, but even in tougher matchups, like against the Mavericks here and the Timberwolves, he still got 14 points. So this is a pure hit rate play. We'll see if he can continue that streak up. I also like Jamal Murray's points, rebounds plus assist prop I'm on right now. You can see he's been very consistent over the last 5 games. Bottom half of the league in terms of assists allowed, so I like Jamal Murray there. Michael Porter Jr. The thing about the Nuggets is they're heavily carried by their starting lineup. Their bench doesn't do much for them. They run most of their offense through their starting lineup. And you'll get a lot of the starters out there with the backups. They play a high usage, a lot of minutes. Love Michael Porter Jr. here for his points plus rebounds prop. I got it at 23.5. You can see that he scores in spot-up shooting above the break 3. Well, bottom half of the league in terms of spot-up scoring. Bottom 10 in the league in three-point scoring. Head-to-head, last season, he dropped 39 points plus rebounds versus the Knicks there. So his hit rate here has been amazing, so I'm continuing that. I'm personally here, I have no props on Karl Anthony Towns only because he's questionable. I would maybe lean toward his rebound prop at plus money. Because centers are very good at rebounding against Nikola Jokic because he has to stay down low. So they get a lot of chances for free rebounds. So I might be looking toward that if he gets confirmed playing. I did play Jalen Brunson over 7.5 assists at plus money. You can still basically, get it at plus money. I mean, Jalen Brunson's become much more, I don't know what that did, but he became much more of a passer. If we go up to 7 assists, we can see that the Knicks allow the second most assists in the entire NBA. So this is a amazing matchup for Jalen Brunson to find assists. And I have a play on Josh Hart, and it's actually his under in his points, rebounds, and assists. And you might be thinking, like, this is a very interesting play. Like, why would you? I mean, he's been exceeding this line very consistently. At first, I was leaning toward his points plus assists, but he only put up 6 and 14 points, rebounds, and assists in his 2 games versus the Nuggets last year. If we see this and go to head-to-head. And then Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns have much better matchups tonight, especially Karl-Anthony Towns. So I'm personally playing that. I did play Jalen Brunson under his points plus rebounds. Another hit rate play. I mean, you can see that the Nuggets are very good defending the pick and roll ball handler and free throws where he scores a bulk of his baskets, and above the break they rank 12th. And he hasn't been consistently scoring for the Knicks all year. I mean, he's only averaging 27.9 points plus rebounds, and he needs to get 30.5. So personally, I played the under there. Moving on to OKC, they're playing the Kings. Kings coming off a disappointing loss. I don't understand this Kings team. You would look at their lineup to start the year and you think they would have many more wins, but unfortunately that's not the case for them. Thunder are still down Chet, but they're one of the best teams in the NBA still, and now they're getting Isaiah Hartenstein back tonight to guard Domantas Sabonis. That'll be good for them. So a lot of people are on De'Aaron Fox's under. I didn't play it, but I mean, high usage guards just don't have a lot of success. You can see Trae Young 24 points, Jamal Murray 12 points. I mean, look at how good the Thunder are defending. They get the SGA treatment and the Jalen Williams treatment, so it's really hard for point guards to score. But personally, I'm playing Domantas Sabonis here. I think he could get a triple-double tonight. I'm putting it out there. I didn't play it fraction of a unit for like plus. It was like plus 1,000, but maybe to plus 600. I'd play it there. I'm personally playing his rebounds plus assists at 18.5. I mean, they allow the most rebounds in the entire NBA, especially right now because they don't have a true center. They basically run small ball. So Sabonis, I wouldn't be surprised if he grabs 13 to 14 rebounds tonight. And I also love him here in his assist prop. Usually what the Thunder do is they have to crash down low, and it gives an easy kick out or an easy feed to somebody cutting to the basket. So I can see Sabonis getting a lot of assists tonight to Keegan Murray. But look at him last year. He had 26, 23, 25, and 18 rebounds plus assists versus the Thunder. I mean, I think he got 2 triple-doubles last year versus the Thunder, which is why I'm on his triple-double, if you guys want to play it. Also love Keegan Murray here for 12.5 points. He got 21 points last night. It's once again scoring in transition and spot-up shooting. He gets 25% of his spot-up, so we only need 12.5 points. And if he can hit down a couple spot-up shots, I mean, maybe some assists from Sabonis would be nice. That'd be cool. And I don't think I have any props on the Thunder side that I was really liking that much. A lot of people like Dort, 11.5 points. I know. I think it's based on how he played against the Kings last year. Yeah, we can see that he dropped 17, 18 points. So I'm not playing it. I think he has a good matchup with the 40% of his points from spot-up shooting, but it's just the inconsistency for me this year that's putting me off. And I mean, he shot 2 for 8 against the Spurs, so I'm staying away from him until he shows me some consistency. Then we got Brooklyn versus Golden State. I also don't have any props in this. The only prop I have in this game, personally, is I played Draymond Green, and I played his assist prop. I think I played it at 5.5 assists. Yeah, I played it at 5.5 assists at like minus 130 a little while ago. I mean, look at this. 53% difference for position for similar players versus the Nets and getting assists. Tatum got 10 assists. Ingram 9, Tatum 6. We can see that the Nets allow the 10th most assists in the NBA total, and I believe they allow more assists to the power forward position. So, that's a good matchup here for Draymond Green in terms of assists. Yeah, so that's all the plays I have in for tonight's NBA games. If I put anything else in, I might put it out on Twitter. Like, I'm going to now look at that Memphis-Portland game. In terms of sides and spreads and totals, I got the what is it here? I think I got the Raptors. I put a small bit on the +5.5. I can't lay points with the Pistons without Cade Cunningham. Like, that doesn't make really a lot of sense to me. I know the Raptors coming off a back-to-back. I think I have the under in this game as well. I got the Orlando Magic money line at -135. Once again, they're such a better defensive team, and the Hornets are just very, very beat up. I got the Pacers-Pelicans game under 229.5 points, and I also like the Pacers -4.5. I mean, I don't see where the Pacers and the Pelicans have both been playing at a very, very slow pace. We can go over to Outlier, actually. This will be a little better. And I think the Pelicans have had one game in the last 10 games crack 229 points. So now it's down to 225.5. So, I mean, that makes sense for me. Then we got the Mavericks playing the Atlanta Hawks. And we got the Mavericks playing the Hawks. I'm on the Atlanta -1.5. It's moved up to -3.5 because of the injury news or the resting that's going on with the Mavericks lineup. And I'm personally on the under 238.5. It's on 235.5, especially because the Mavs, they're a much more defensive-minded team, and if they rest their starters, I don't see where their points are coming from. At least a lot of points. Celtics versus the Clippers. It's not my favorite. I played Boston -9.5. Now that it's -10.5, I kind of like the Clippers, to be honest. But yeah, that's what we're thinking here. I got Denver -3. I think the Knicks are overrated and overvalued, to be honest. I mean, and the Denver Nuggets play very well at home. I got the Grizzlies -8 here in this game, and I got the under like when it was much higher. Let's see where the line opened at. I mean, look at the Trailblazers. They're 10-10 to this under. I played it under 232.5. I'm pretty sure. I might not have a side or total here, but I definitely played Memphis -8. Now that it's up to 10.5, I wouldn't play it, but I know Ja Morant's back. And the Portland Trailblazers are kind of beat up with injuries there. I mean, I think Donovan Clayton's injured, so I don't know where the defense is going to come. I played the Brooklyn Nets team total here, under 105.5, only because I'm not laying 12.5 points, and I think it's either Warriors team total over or Nets team total under, and I opted for Nets team total under with the injuries. And in the final game of the night, I laid OKC -4. I didn't get good value on it, obviously, but I mean, the Kings are coming off a back-to-back. They're coming off a loss. I think the Thunder are well rested. I don't see why this line doesn't make sense to me, but that's gonna do it here for my props and sides. I'm gonna try to get this video out at least an hour before, so maybe you guys can get plays in for the night game. But I'll also be watching the NFL tonight. Sorry I couldn't put out a video there. I'll tell you I lean Ravens -2.5 if you want to side on that game. I'll be back probably tomorrow with another NBA video. I'll definitely be active on my Twitter, so make sure to follow me there. Thanks, everyone.